Ramanatha was the son of a rich landlord. The story begins by introducing the main character Ramanatha, who comes from a wealthy family. His father was a landlord, meaning he owned large pieces of land. His father left him large tracts of land when he died. After his father passed away, Ramanatha inherited vast areas of land, making him financially secure. But Ramanatha didn't spend even one day looking after his land. Instead of managing his inherited property, he showed no interest in taking care of it. This hints at his carelessness or obsession with something else. This was because he had a funny idea. He believed there was a magic potion that could turn any object into gold. The reason behind his neglect was his belief in a mythical potion that could turn anything into gold. This shows his unrealistic thinking and obsession with easy wealth. He spent all his time to learn more about this potion. Rather than focusing on his land and wealth, he dedicated all his time to finding out more about this so called magic potion. People cheated him often, promising to tell him about it, but did not give up. But he didn't give up. So many people took advantage of this obsession by tricking him, pretending they had knowledge of the potion. However, despite being deceived multiple times, he continued his search. His wife Madhumati was tired of this and also worried because she saw how much money Ramanatha was spending. Madhumati, his wife, was frustrated and concerned because she noticed how much of their wealth was being wasted on his foolish quest. She was sure that soon they would be without money. Madhumati feared that if Ramanatha continued spending recklessly, they would soon become poor, and this foreshadows financial troubles in a story. So, this foreshadows financial troubles in the story. One day, a famous sage called Mahipati came to their town. So the story introduces a new character, Mahipati, who is a well-known sage. His arrival in the town suggests that he might play an important role in Ramanatha's quest. Ramanatha became his follower and asked him about the potion. So as soon as Ramanatha hears about the sage, he decides to follow him, hoping that he might know the secret of the magic potion. This shows how desperate and easily influenced he is. To his surprise, the sage answered, "Yes. In my travels in the Himalayas, I heard how you could make such a potion, but it is difficult." The sage claims that he has heard about the potion during his travels in the Himalayas. However, he also warns that making it is not easy. This builds suspense. Will Ramanatha succeed or not? "Tell me," requested Ramanatha, not believing his luck. Ramanatha is overjoyed that he has finally found someone who knows about the potion. His excitement shows that he is still blinded by greed and ignores the warning about the difficulty of making the potion. You have to plant a banana plant and water it regularly with your hands. The sage gives Ramanatha a task. He must plant a banana tree and take care of it by watering it himself. This emphasizes effort, patience, and dedication rather than an easy shortcut to wealth. In winter, the morning dew is on the leaves. You have to collect the dew and store it in a bottle. The sage instructs him to collect dew from the banana plant's leaves during winter mornings. This task requires patience and consistency, as gathering dew is a slow process. When you have 5 liters of dew, bring it to me. The sage sets a condition. Ramanatha must collect a large amount, that is 5 liters of dew, before the sage can perform the magic ritual. This makes the task even more challenging, as collecting dew drop by drop will take a long time. I will chant some magic words which will turn it into a magic potion. The sage promises that once Ramanatha brings him the collected dew, he will use magical chants to transform it into the potion. This keeps Ramanatha's hope alive. A drop of the potion will change any object into gold. The sage describes the power of the potion, reinforcing Ramanatha's belief that all his efforts will eventually lead to great wealth. Ramanatha was worried. But winter is only for a few months. It will take me years to collect 5 liters of dew. Ramanatha realizes the difficulty of the task, since dew forms only in winter and collecting it drop by drop will make a long time. He becomes anxious. His impatience shows that he wants quick results rather than putting in sustained effort. You can plant as many banana plants as you want, but remember, you must look after them yourself and collect the dew with your own hands. The sage gives Ramanatha an option to speed up the process. He can plant multiple banana plants. However, the condition remains the same. He must care for the plants himself and personally collect the dew. This reinforces the lesson of hard work and responsibility. This sage is the sage is subtly teaching Ramanatha that true wealth comes through effort, not shortcuts. Ramanatha went home and after talking to his wife started cleaning his large fields which had been lying empty all these years. For the first time, Ramanatha begins working on the land he had neglected for years. His conversation with his wife suggests that she may have encouraged him to take this step. There he planted rows and rows of banana plants. So instead of a single plant, he plants many banana trees, showing his determination to complete the task. This also marks a shift in his mindset from chasing a quick magical solution to putting in real effort. He tended them carefully and during the winter months collected the dew that formed on them with great care. Ramanathan now takes responsibility for his plantation, caring for the plants and patiently collecting dew. His dedication contrasts with his earlier importance. Sorry, earlier impatience. His wife helped him too. Madhumati gathered the banana crop, took it to the market, and got a good price for it. Madhumati plays a crucial role by business side of thing, handling the business side of things. She sells the bananas, showing her practical nature and how she helps turn their efforts into financial success. Over the years, Ramanatha planted more and more plants, and they had a huge banana plantation. What started as a task to collect dew turned into a thriving banana plantation. Instead of relying on a magic potion, Ramanatha unknowingly creates real wealth through his hard work. So at the end of 6 years, he finally had his 5 liters of dew. So after 6 years of patience and dedication, Ramanatha finally collects the required amount of dew, and this symbolizes how sustained effort leads to success. Carefully, he took the bottle to the sage. After years of hard work, Ramanatha finally completes his task and takes the collected dew to the sage. His careful handling shows how much he values it. The sage smiled and muttered something over the water. The sage appears calm and confident. His act of muttering over the water suggests he is performing a ritual, but it is unclear whether it is truly magical or just symbolic. Then he returned the bottle and said, "Try it out." The sage gives the bottle back and encourages Ramanatha to test whether the potion works. This builds a suspense. Will Ramanatha finally get what he wanted? Ramanatha sprinkled a few drops on a copper vessel and waited for it to turn into gold. Ramanatha eagerly tests the potion on a copper vessel, hoping for an instant transformation. His belief in magic is still strong at this point. To his surprise, nothing happened. The moment of truth, there is no magic. Ramanatha is shocked that his years of effort did not lead to the result he expected. This is cheating, he told the sage. I have wasted 6 precious years of my life. Ramanatha feels betrayed and angry. He believes He has been tricked into spending 6 years working for nothing. His frustration shows that he still does not fully understand what has happened. But says Mahipati only smiled and called Madhumati to come forward. The sage remains calm, showing that he expected this reaction. Instead of arguing, he signals Madhumati to reveal something important. She came with a big box. When she opened it, inside signed stacks of gold coins. So, the real surprise, the years of hard work in growing bananas and selling them had earned them great wealth. Without realizing it, Ramanatha had turned his life around and created real gold. Not through magic, but through effort and smart work. Now the sage turned to the very surprised Ramanatha and said, "There is no magic potion that can turn things into gold." The sage reveals the truth that there was never any magical potion. This directly contradicts what Ramanatha had believed for years. You worked hard on your land and created this plantation. The sage points out that the true transformation happened through Ramanatha's own effort. Instead of chasing a fantasy, he unknowingly built something valuable. While you looked after the trees, your wife sold the fruits in the market. That's how you got this money. The sage explains how their wealth was created. Ramanatha cared for the banana plants while Madhumati handled the business side by selling the fruits. Their teamwork led to financial success. It was your hard work that created this wealth, not magic. So, the central lesson of this story is made clear. Real wealth comes from dedication and labor, not shortcuts or magical solutions. If I had told you about this earlier, you would not listen to me. So I have played a trick on you. The sage cleverly admits that he deceived Ramanatha from his own good. He knew that if he had simply advised him to work hard, Ramanatha would not have followed his advice. By making him believe in the potion, he guided him toward a productive path. Ramanatha understood the wisdom behind these words. Ramanatha finally realizes the true lesson that hard work, not magic, creates wealth. His earlier frustration turns into understanding, and worked even harder on his plantation from that day on. So instead of feeling cheated, Ramanatha embraces the value of effort and continues to work diligently on his plantation. This shows his complete transformation from a man chasing illusions to a responsible and hardworking individual. Written by Sudhamurthy.